Ayubowan, you are welcome to the self-learning tool video channel in YouTube. Today we are going to discuss a lesson, geography lesson from grade 6. Therefore, sons and daughters of the grade 6, those who follow subjects in English medium, welcome to this program. So far you know that self-learning tool is a famous educational channel in the YouTube where geography and civic knowledge is given to the children free of charge. Therefore, I think you will take the maximum benefits of this channel, especially to develop your knowledge in bilingual stream. If it is so, children, we start our lesson. Now you can see what is the thing we are going to discuss: weather of the immediate surrounding. I think you are familiar with that one because earlier you found this video lesson without voice. Now today you can enjoy the lesson at home leisurely with my voice. Therefore, I think that you come to the lesson with certain awareness. You know awareness. යම්කිසි අදහසක් ඇතුව තමයි ඔබ අද පාඩමට පිවිසෙන්නේ. නිසා 6 ශ්‍රේණියේ පුංචි දුවල පුතාලා සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා self learning tool educational channel එකට. My first question was, what is weather? It is a very simple idea and all of you must know about weather. Weather is actually a condition that can be found in the atmosphere. You know what is the atmosphere? Atmosphere is the gas blow that envelopes or that covers the earth is called atmosphere. Atmosphere consists of different gases. You are aware of that one: nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide are the main or principal gases found there. Apart from that one, dust, smoke, water vapor in forms of clouds can be found. With that idea, we focus our attention to the question, what is weather? The condition of the atmosphere that prevails over a short period of time, 24 hours, in a particular area. The area we refer is called particular area, is called weather. Now you know that atmosphere is always changing. Therefore, these changes are considered in weather. Therefore, even within a short period like 24 hours, simply we call a day, the atmospheric conditions are changing, continuously changing. Therefore, having an awareness or idea about these changes is very important to take various decisions relevant to our life and our human activities. Again, you read the answer. What is my answer? My answer is, what is weather? Then your answer is the condition of the atmosphere. Condition means in Sinhala tattvayan. Why Goliya tattvayan? The condition of the atmosphere that prevails. You know, prevails, pavatinava. Exists, prevails. You know it. If you don't know, please take it down. The Sinhala meaning. Over a short period of time. Here the short period of time is referred as 24 hours. That means simply a day. That means 12 daytime, 12 night time. Together 24 hours a day. In a particular area, the area we refer. It may be Colombo. It may be Kurunagala. It may be Vaunia, it may be Ratnapur. It's a particular area is called weather. Then I think you got a idea about weather. Then we go to identify different weather conditions in our surrounding. I told you weather is always continuously changing. Therefore, different weather conditions can be found always in our surrounding. Now we are going to identify them. What are these different types of weather conditions? Focus your attention to them. Rainy weather. When the day having the rains, that is called the rainy weather. It is called rainy day. Warm weather. Sun is bright. Temperature is high. No clouds in the sky. You can go out in the warm weather. Children like it very much because they can go outside to play. Then windy weather. When the wind is blowing hard, simply we call windy day. That is also a change occurs in the atmosphere or in our surrounding. Then cold weather. When the temperature is very low, cold and cool there is two. Cold means the temperature is very low. Cool means normal condition. Therefore, to live in the cold weather, you need some dresses, especially winter clothes, to resist the low temperature. Then we go to misty weather because you experience the misty day if you are in Badulla, Bandaravel, in our hill country. These children are aware of misty weather, but children in Anuradhapura, Polonnaru, Kurunagal area is somewhat not a very common phenomenon. During December, January, mist can be found, or sometimes after the rainfall again in the morning session or early in the morning, mist can be found. In Sinhala, we call Miduna. Then fog is another thing. It is very common in the hilly areas in Sri Lanka. Badulla, Bandaravel, Nuvar area. The fog also can be found. Then gloomy weather. Gloomy means andu. The day becomes gloomy when the sunlight is low. Sometimes when the sun is covered by the clouds or when the sky is full of clouds, gloomy weather condition occurs over the earth. Therefore, it is also a change that occurs in the atmosphere or in our surrounding. Then these pictures suggest these changes that can be found in the atmosphere as well as in our surrounding. Now it's a rainy day, you can find that a girl holding umbrella is moving because outside is also no hustle and bustle of the city there. The people are still inside because that's the nature of the rainy day. Usually our human activities become somewhat weaker on rainy days. Then we go to next one, the most happiest one. Bright sunlight, warm environment can be found. Children like it a lot because they can go out to play. Not only children, even farmers and other people also like that because freely they can behave, they can have functions outside. Then we go to windy day. You find the branches of the coconut trees are taken by the wind. They are bending towards the direction where the wind blows. Then when the wind becomes harder and harder, sometimes it is so destructive. Even the sky is partly clouded. Sometimes wind suggests that coming rainfall. Usually before the rainfall also sudden wind occurs. Therefore, there is windy day. You focus your attention to that one. You can get a clear idea about the nature of windy day. Then misty day. And misty and gloomy, both are there. Environment is also misty and environment is also again gloomy. Both can be seen here. You see that if the people move in there, you will see them like a ghost. Clearly, you can see them. Imagine that somebody is moving here and there. They are seen like ghost moving in the environment. Ghost. You feel somewhat fear also. Then very cold day. Snowfall in there. See this girl having very cold, covering whole body to get rid of the cold, keeping the hands on mouth. That is how the we try to escape from the severe cold. Then misty. You see that early in the morning, children go to the school through the mist. That's a condition. If you go to Haputale, Badulla, Bandaravilla, children living in that area, they are aware of that one. They might have this experience also. Cool, misty, very nice environment. I think you may love. I too love this environment a lot. Very enjoyable environment. Go to that area with your parents one day. Badulla, Bandaravilla, Nuvareli, Haputale. Famous area. Then Ragal, other hand. You can have the mist. Then we focus our attention to very important part of the lesson, elements of weather. Elements means mulika or basic parts. Now I think it is also very important, and sometimes in a question paper also a question may appear asking, write the elements of weather you know. Then you will be able to answer your paper very well. Then shall we follow or shall we go to check what are they? Then temperature. You know temperature usna. Yeah? The temperature can be found in atmosphere. Usually atmospheric temperature is measured. Then rainfall. You are aware of that one. You have experience. Speed of the wind. Direction of the wind. Very important because they are connected to rainfall and other weather phenomena in our surrounding. Then clouds, formation of clouds, types of clouds, they can be seen in the sky, and they also very important element in weather. These elements change time to time and place to place. Actually, more than time to time, you can write moment to moment, mohat in mohat, and place to place. That's the nature of weather. Now you understand. Nature of weather means continuous changes. I think you got the idea very well. No problem with you. Again, you read before going to the next slide. What are the elements of weather? Okay, children, right? Read with me. Temperature, rainfall, speed of the wind, direction of the wind, clouds. What are they? Yes, tell me. What are they? They are the elements of weather. Elements of weather are temperature, rainfall, speed of the wind, direction of the wind, clouds. Okay. Next we talk about very important, very familiar things coming relevant to the weather. sometimes every day over the TV or radio, you are informed about these weather changes happen as well as will happen in your surrounding or totally within the country through these two important documents or statements. One is weather report. Then report, you know that something, we report something happened in the past. Therefore, that idea also you keep in mind. Kalaguna Varta in Sinhala. Weather forecast. Forecast means telling something about future. You know that soothsayers also forecast about our future. But here, our weather forecast is more scientific because you collect information in scientific way. Therefore, weather forecast is totally correct. Therefore, we will have to focus our attention how this weather report and weather forecast are prepared and what are the uses of them. Why we should follow them. Those are the things we should learn in this lesson. Then weather report and weather forecast is prepared by when you read that one, I think now you can read, you are familiar with these words. The Department of Meteorology observes these changes occur in the atmosphere. What the department that observes? Department of Meteorology. In Sinhala, Kalaguna Vidya Departamentuwa. What the English term? The Department of Meteorology. Kalaguna Vidya Departamentuwa. They measure these changes using different equipments. Measure, money now. You measure water, you measure the distance, pressure, like that you also measure. Then they also measure these changes. The amount of the rainfall, the speed of the wind. To measure that one, they use different equipments. Equipments, upakaran. At present, most accurate, Vadat Nivaradi, and scientific equipments are used to measure it. Therefore, you must have a very good idea about that one. The meteorologist working in Department of Meteorology, they engage in this task to collect data about these changes. They prepare with a report to show the changes occurred over past 24 hours. That's with a report. Then you keep in mind with a report connected to the past 24 hours, it suggests or it tells us what happened in the past. What are the changes that occurred in the past 24 hours? When you look at the weather report and weather forecast, you can understand it very clearly because it is clearly mentioned and clearly shown. Then they present weather forecast. That means forecast means you know it, telling about near future. That means next 24 hours. They present weather forecast to tell the atmospheric condition within next, it must be next, not next XT 24 hours. Then now you know that weather report having two parts. One part is weather report, other part is weather forecast. Both are prepared by, yes, both are prepared by the Department of Meteorology, meteorologists working there. The Department of Meteorology in Sri Lanka is located in Colombo 7, Bauddhalok Mawata. Apart from that one, regional offices are located covering all the country or island, Kurunagal, then Jaffna, Kandy, like that. associated with major cities, this regional meteorological department offices have been established to collect the information, to collect the data about that one. Then both weather report and weather forecast telecast through TV channels and broadcast through radio channels. I think telecast means when the something is telecast through the TV, it is called telecast. විකාශනය. අපි ඒක රූපවාහිනී විකාශනය කරනකොට අපි ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් පාවිච්චි කරන telecast කියලා. ගුවන් විදුලියෙන් ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා අපි ඒකට පාවිච්චි කරන broadcast කියලා. ඔන්න වරද්ද ගන්න එපා දරුවනේ. Telecast and broadcast. Study the following weather report carefully. It is given for you. Several seconds are given to you. Study. You read it. I think time sufficient. During the last 24 hours ending at 9 a.m. today. අද උදේ 9ට අවසාන වන පසුගිය පැය 24 තුලදී. That's a meaning. During the last 24 hours ending at 9 a.m. today. අද උදෑසන නැත්නම් උදේ 9ට අවසන් වන පසුගිය පැය 24 තුලදී the maximum rainfall of 200 millimeters was reported from Katunai. The maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius was reported from Trincomalee. The minimum temperature of 12 degrees Celsius was reported from Nuwara. That is, up to that point, it is weather report. Up to that point, weather report. Because it tells what happened within last 24 hours. Therefore, you keep in mind up to that point it is weather report. Then there will be heavy rains in the west, south and western slope of the central hills during next 24 hours. That part belongs to weather forecast. That part belongs to weather forecast. Therefore, when such a quotation is given, you must be able to divide it. This part is weather report and this part is weather forecast. Like that, you must be able to divide it into two. It is up to you. Read it again and again. You collect, you listen to weather forecast and weather reports because weather first is very famous weather part in the series. Like that, even in all TV channels, radio channels, weather is given a special place, especially when there are disturbances in the atmosphere like cyclones, heavy rains. These TV channels and radio channels, they allocate a considerable time period to discuss about it. Therefore, you go to these channels and you watch them carefully with good understanding because they are needed. Then it is a picture showing our meteorological department site located in Bauddha Lokomawata, Colombo 7. Then weather tools are used to collect changes. Here I use the weather tools, or sometimes you find weather equipments. Various, as far as you know, various equipments are used to identify these changes occur in the elements of weather. After collecting these changes, they prepare weather forecast and then it is issued to the media to make people aware. That's the most important thing, children. After preparing weather forecast, it is issued to the media. මාධ්‍යවලට ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා තම ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා මොකටද? As it is so important, make a වැදගත් නිසා to make people aware. මිනිස්සු දැනුවත් කරන්න. Later you will understand the importance of them. පසු ඔබ අවබෝධ කරගනිවි මේකේ තියෙන වැදගත්කම. Therefore from your childhood you used to watch, you used to follow these weather forecast and warnings given by them. That is very important, especially during thunder showers occur, lightning occurs. You are highly advised how to get away from them. Therefore, you follow these advices to keep your life safe. Then temperature. Then a small awareness about the temperature is given here. You read them. Temperature is the main element of weather. I am not going to tell them in Sinhala again and again. It is not my part because now you keep in mind, and when you understand that one, no need of going in search of Sinhala parallel terms. Main element, main means principal, chief. The earth receives the temperature from the sun, you know it. Sun is the celestial body that generates the temperature as well as light. Because of the sun's light and temperature, the earth lives. Thermometer is used to measure temperature. Thermometer is the weather tool or equipment that is used to measure temperature. Temperature is expressed because to tell these changes, the units must be used. The units used to express the temperature is Celsius or Fahrenheit. Now mainly in Sri Lanka we use Celsius. I think now you know how to write Celsius. Now you know what is it. It is a thermometer. One side you see Celsius. That is how it is written. Other side you see the Fahrenheit. This is the mercury column, or sometimes alcohol is also used. Up to that point, the column has risen. It shows the temperature. When you read that one, that's the temperature of that particular place or particular day. Now be familiar with that one. Be used to read it, and at present actually digital thermometers are also available in our market. Rainfall. Precipitation. Precipitation means children. It's a new term. Therefore, I will give you the similar meaning. පතනය. පතනය කියන්නේ ඉහළ තැනක ඉඳන් පහළට වැටීම. So rainfall කියන්නේ වර්ෂා පතනය. වර්ෂාව වලාකුළු වෙනද නැත්නම් අහසින්ද fall on the ground. පොළවට පතිත වෙනවා. Therefore, it is called precipitation. වර්ෂාව විතරක් නෙමෙයි. හිම පතනය වෙනවා. Snow falling. Ice. Sleet. Like that, in different ways, water falls from the sky or from the clouds to the ground. That is called commonly precipitation. What's the word? Precipitation. Then you read them. Fall of the water droplets from the sky is called rainfall. No difficult words. Droplets, jalabind. Water vapor added to the atmosphere creates rainfall. Added, එකතු කරනවා. Atmosphere, now you know. Creates, නිර්මාණය කරනවා. Clouds are formed when water vapor is condensed in the sky. Condense, ඝනීභවනය වෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා ජලය සාමාන්‍ය උෂ්ණත්වයේදී ද්‍රවමය තත්ත්වයෙන් පවතින නැත්නම් liquid form. For the changes of the temperature, water reacts. මේ උෂ්ණත්වයේ වෙනස් වීමට ජලය ප්‍රතික්‍රියා දක්වනවා. ඒක ප්‍රතික්‍රියාවක් තමයි. One reaction is When the temperature goes down, water starts condensing. ජලය ඝනීභවනය වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. When the temperature very low, the water freezes. ඔබ දන්නවා temperature 0 වලින් පහළට ගියාට පස්සේ ඒ කියන්නේ මයිනස් අගයන් ගන්නකොට නැත්නම් ඍණ අගයන් ගන්නකොට අපිට දක්නට ලැබෙන්නේ not water is not in liquid form but water is in ice form or snow in that forms. That means another term is hard forms. Then we measure the rainfall using rain gauge and it is said in millimeters, said or expressed. Now you focus your attention to that one also. We get the rainfall by the water cycle. Water cycle is the exchange of water between atmosphere and hydrosphere. I will show it later. Now you focus your attention to the rain gauge. It is marked millimeters. Then it is kept in the open space. Then during the rainfall, water is collected there. The height of the water column is the amount of rainfall. Height of the water column inside this container or this rain gauge. The height of the water column is the amount of rainfall. Imagine that if it is coming here, 40 millimeters rainfall. If it is staying here, 10 millimeters rainfall. If it is staying here, the highest level of the water column, that is 25 millimeters rainfall. That is how it is expressed. Now I think you are familiar. You can create a rain gauge with you. I think you might have taught by your teacher in the school with the plastic bottle. You can remember when you take a plastic bottle, the bottom of the bottle must be flat. Then you cut it into two. The lower part must be 2/3 and top part must be 1/3. And after that one, turning the top part upside down and putting it into the lower part, you can create a simple rain gauge. These instructions are given in the textbook. You read it and you make it, and if you can, you send me a picture of it to our self-learning tool WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group to help the children. That is also with the name of a parallel. It is going parallel to this. That is also self-learning tool. You send a picture there, then we will be able to see your skills making what is water cycle. Exchange of water between hydrosphere and atmosphere. Hydrosphere means ජලගෝලය. Atmosphere කියන්නේ වායුගෝලය. දැන් ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා. You are familiar with that one. It has 4 events and processes: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, surface runoff, or in some countries it is called collection. Here in Sri Lanka mainly we use surface runoff or සිංහලෙන් කියන අපදාවය. In a lot of countries it is called collection. Now what are the 4 events in the water cycle? Evaporation, වාෂ්පීකරණය, condensation, ඝනීභවනය, precipitation, now you are aware of that one, පතනය, නැත්නම් වර්ෂාපතනය, surface runoff. After precipitation, the water again flowing into the sea through waterways like rivers, oil, streams, brook like that. When the waters flow into the sea again, it is known as surface runoff. It is given in that manner, like a diagram. Then you follow that one also.
The circulation of water between ocean and land is known as the water cycle. This cycle is made up of a few main parts: evaporation and transpiration, cloud formation, condensation, precipitation, water collection. Evaporation is when the sun heats up water in rivers or lakes or the ocean and turns it into vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake, or ocean and goes into air. When the vapor moves up, it gets cool. At height, the vapor condenses to form tiny drops of water called droplets. It is the tiny droplets that remain floating in air and appear to us as clouds. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. When vapor in the air gets cooled and changes back into liquid, this is called condensation. Precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that the air cannot hold it anymore. The clouds get heavy and water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. When water falls back to earth as precipitation, it may fall back in the oceans, lakes, or rivers, or it may end up on land. When it ends up on the land, it will either soak into the earth or
I think you watch the short video showing the functioning of water cycle. Now, again, it is formed in the diagram. Now you can remember evaporation occurred. The necessary energy for the evaporation is supplied by the sun when the temperature or heat of the sun falls on the water, water heats and it evaporates. Now you know that when water is heated, it evaporates. Then evaporated into water vapor. Then water vapor is lighter than water, therefore it is added into the atmosphere, and in the atmosphere it rises. And you know that the nature of the atmosphere means when you go higher and higher in the atmosphere, temperature drops. Temperature drops means usnattya පහළ වැටෙනවා. But now you know that when they reach to the low temperature area or cool area, again the water vapor condenses and turn into small water droplets. When collecting these small water droplets together, clouds are formed, and within the clouds, these water droplets are joining together. They become larger and larger and larger. And finally, when these water droplets are so large, the sky cannot keep them, the clouds cannot keep them because they are so large. Due to the gravity of the earth, that water droplets can be seen falling down. It is called precipitation. Now you can see that. In the earlier video also you found it. It is called precipitation. After precipitation, a certain amount of water is absorbed by the land, and they are going to the deep into the ground, forming the groundwater. ඔගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා භූගත ජලය. You use it through your wells. ඔබ ඒක ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්න ඔබේ ලිං වලින්. Other part, තවත් කොටසක් collect in the rivers and they flow into the sea. This is called surface runoff. Surface runoff. Again from the sea, water evaporates, turn into water vapor, added to the atmosphere, rising in the atmosphere, forming clouds. That is called condensation. It is called condensation. Then from the condensation, the clouds become more heavy and heavy. And after that one, when the water droplets become so large, start falling down, and it is called precipitation. If it's a liquid form, it is called rainfall. If it is in snow, that is called snow falling. If it is the ice, it is called ice fall. Like that, different names are given to this precipitation. After precipitation, what will happen? If it's a liquid or rainfall, the water is collected in the rivers, again flowing into the sea. As it works like a cycle, make a වෘත්තයක් cycle එකක් වගේ ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන හින්දා අපි ඒක හඳුන්වනවා water cycle නැත්නම් ජල චක්‍රය. water cycle නැත්නම් ජල චක්‍රය. Again, another diagram showing it for your clear understanding. Now I use video clip, then line drawing, now the graphic. I am not going to explain it again, now you know it, therefore you explain it yourself. New term is coming, therefore only that one I tell you, transpiration. Transpiration means evaporation of water vapor from the trees. You know that trees evaporate or emit water vapor through their photosynthesis. It is called transpiration. Therefore, trees are also very important to activate water cycle. Other part, I think you can understand it easily without any question. I think it is clear to you. Then wind. The movement of air in the atmosphere is called wind. No difficult words. Movement can chalanayan. Moving from one place to another place, that is called movement of air. මේ වාතය තමයි චලනය වෙන්නේ. Because you know that the air needs the space. The වාතයට ඉඩක් ඕනේ. Therefore, its movement is felt. එහි ගමන නැත්නම් චලනය අපිට දැනෙනවා. That if you are under the fan, you feel it even when you watch this lesson. But then මේ lesson එක බලන්න fan එක යට ඉඳලා ඔබට ඒක දැනෙනවා. The wind is coming and touching your body, making you cool. ඔබ සිසිල් කරනවා මේ සුළඟ ඇවිල්ලා ඔබේ ඇඟේ වැදිලා. එතකොට මේ movement එකට අපි කියනවා wind කියලා. You see wind blowing when branches of trees or leaves move with the wind blow. I think you can remember the first windy day picture. There we found that the branches of that coconut trees moving with the blow of wind. ඒවත් එක චලනය වෙනවා bending to the direction of the wind. සුළඟ හමන දිශාවට නැමීමේ. Winds blow from one direction to another. සුළඟ එක පැත්තකින් තවත් පැත්තකට හමනවා. The direction is changed time to time. But the direction is also not permanent. It also changes time to time. The direction of the wind is shown by the arrowhead. The wind blows at a speed. Because wind blows, they have a certain type of speed. Because always wind is not blowing at the same speed. Time to time, moment to moment. The speed also changes. It also changes time to time and place to place. When the wind blows at high speed, it is called storm. Underline, you keep it in your mind. Even in the textbooks, these ideas are given. When it blows in a slow speed, it is called breeze. Light breeze. Then the difference between storm and breeze. When the direction indicator shows the direction of the wind, anemometer measures the speed of the wind. It is expressed in kilometers per hour. That means the speed of the wind is expressed kilometers per hour. What is it? Wind direction indicator or wind wave. Arrowhead always turning into the direction where the wind blows in. Always arrowhead is turned into the direction where the wind blows in. This anemometer shows the speed of the wind. Now you know how it is expressed, kilometers per hour. Usually, when you listen to the weather forecast, the speed of the wind is also always mentioned. Therefore, you focus your attention to that one, you listen to it, and you get a clear idea about it. Then clouds. The imports of clouds I discussed earlier. When you observe the sky, different types of clouds can be seen. These clouds form in different levels in the sky. Out of the clouds, actually, the nature of the day also can be understood, because when the sky is full of clouds, the day becomes somewhat warm, gloomy, like that. Because usually cloudy days are warm. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අහසේ වලාකුළු පිරලා තියෙනවා අපිට ටිකක් උණුසුමක් දැනෙනවා. You check why it is. ඔබ හොයන්න ඇයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ කියලා. That is also very important one. Thick dark clouds are gathering in the sky before the rainfall. Usually rainfall occurs from the rain clouds. Simply we call them the rain clouds. The rain clouds are in somewhat dark color, because from the dark color clouds we get the rainfall. When the sky is full of dark clouds, we say now it is going to rain. When the sky is full of clouds, the environment becomes gloomy. That idea is with you because we discussed it earlier. This is not a gloomy sky, very bright sky. The clouds are white color. Getting ready to rain, we also feel somewhat afraid. The lightning may occur. The sky is heavy. Another term we use, the sky is heavy means going to rain. Lightning occurs. Now it is time to go inside your house, close all doors and windows and switch off everything. Now time to even the plug out all the electronic items because lightning occurs. Then who needs weather forecast? Very simple. Fishermen, farmers, captains, pilots, outdoor workers, people live in lowlands and riversides, people live in coastal areas. They are the people who need the weather forecast a lot. With the knowledge about weather, what are the benefits you get? ඔබට ලැබෙන වාසි මොනවද? You can plan your day-to-day activities properly. Is it okay? You can plan your day-to-day activities properly. You can save your property, especially from the flood, drought, cyclone, like there's something destructive weather conditions. From these destructive weather conditions, you can save your property if you are aware of weather. Then you can protect your life. You can organize outdoor activities properly. Those are the things you'll have to learn if it is so, children. We come to the end of today's video program. We discuss a lot about weather. I think you gathered a knowledge about weather and you can use it. And with the hope of meeting you again in the next video classroom or video channel, time to say goodbye. So please send your feedbacks, your suggestion to us, or sometimes you can write it below this video clip in the YouTube, or you can send it to our self-learning tool WhatsApp group. Your help is needed to develop them again and again with the idea of helping you. Apart from that one, we have introduced the online school, and you can get the service of the online school also if you feel you need further learning, further education to enhance your knowledge in geography. If it is so, time to say goodbye. Ayubowan, Obasamata. Have a nice day.